Now you're probably here because you want to know how to build a real estate style website for WordPress, either for yourself or for your real estate client. Now, whatever the reason, I'm going to show you in this video how we as an agency were able to build a real estate style website for our real estate customer based in Dubai. And this isn't just a standard conventional website, it's packed with features which essentially allows visitors to learn more about the business, the agents, the properties that are on offer as well. This is a fully custom designed website built end to end. Now we've managed to build this in WordPress using Elementor, so if you are an Elementor user, you're going to find this really useful. You're also going to get an understanding of what plugins that we've relied on to be able to build out the custom functionality, create some pretty in-depth search functionality, and also allow us to automatically feed in the properties from the property management system into the website, which means that our customer actually doesn't have to physically update property information on the site, which means they update it once on their property manager and it distributes it everywhere, including their website. Now I'm going to log into the back end of the website and I'm going to show you what we've done to build this website and what tools that we've relied on to achieve everything that we've needed to achieve. So let's go. So first and foremost, just looking at this website, it looks like your everyday standard brochure site. It's a fully custom design with fonts, branding, all sorts related to our client. Now if you come down, you'll get the first glimpse of properties. So this is using a property feed custom built within the website. I'm going to show you how to do this shortly, and we've just got other call to actions and a footer. So the homepage is fairly standard, but more importantly we've got the likes of agents that are showcased on this site, so a real sort of meet the team functionality which allows our customer to go in and add agents at any point. And the main part of this website is the properties section, so listing out all of the properties, but more importantly having a pretty diverse way to filter through the properties that are available. You can search by keyword, and when you make a change, it automatically updates the properties in question. And remember, these properties are not manually input by our customer, so they haven't got a member of staff coming in and making sure that this information is up to date and making changes. If a property sells, bringing it offline. When a property goes on the market, adding it online. Like, this is all automatically taken care of. So here we are at the dashboard. You can see here that it is built on WordPress, which is a content management system, meaning that our customer can go in and manage any of the content as they wish. Now, just to give you an idea of how this has been built in Elementor, if you're not familiar with it, Elementor is a page builder. So we're just going to head over to pages, which is all of the pages that exist on our website. So we've got your main core pages, which is the about, contact, home, meet the team, etc, etc. Then we have some specific SEO oriented pages there, which isn't important. So let's just go to the home page and we're going to click edit with Elementor, and I can just quickly show you how this has been built and constructed using Elementor. So we've got our main hero section up here, we've got the logo, the header, and if you click inside here you can see that we could actually make changes here in real time. So I'm just going to put real time. You can see that real time has now been added to the end there. So any changes that can be made, you're going to see what that looks like, and we can physically click and drag stuff around if you wanted to move the position of them. We can add columns, containers. We have a ton of widgets that are available to us if we wanted to continue to build out this site, but it gives you a good idea of how this has been built using a page builder tool like Elementor. Now here we've got our properties, and this is actually relying on a grid listing, so this is automatically bringing in custom prototype of properties. So let's just go and have a look at that now. Okay, and over on the left hand side on our navigation, you can see that we've got the option for agents and we have the option for properties. Now both the agents and the properties are built with a custom post type. Now as standard with WordPress, the only options that you have is to post posts for your blog or news articles, or you can create pages. Now in this instance, we could have our properties and we could have our agents created as pages, but being able to manage that content will be so difficult for our customer that it made sense to be able to isolate each of those options and have a single listing for agents and have a single listing for properties. So both our agents and our properties are built using a Blocks plugin. So if we scroll down here and go to Jet Engine, this is what it's relying on in order to build these custom fields. So here under Jet Engine, we actually have post types. And you see here that we've got agents and properties. So this is actually going to build the custom post types. But if we look at an individual property, you can see that within inside here, it has a ton of custom settings. Okay, so a lot of valuable information that's related to a property, such as bathrooms, bedrooms, what type of property it is, what's the purpose, location, contact number, area, description, short description, images, whatever it might be. This is all custom data. And the way that we are achieving that is through the individual post type. If we click inside here and scroll down, you can see that we have a ton of meta fields. So we have a bunch of custom meta fields that sit within the custom post type. Again, there's really no end or no limit to the amount of flexibility that we have here. We're talking specifically about a real estate website here, but you can create a custom post type for any type of website. For example, if you had a dentistry website, you might have a custom post type for services or treatments. So yeah, there really is no limit. Okay, so that covers how you can actually achieve the custom post type and the custom information for each one of these. So each one of these properties has a page like this, and it allows you to go in and add properties to the website. Now going back to the properties page, you can see that these are listed out in a grid. Okay, and now recently Elementor has allowed you to do this natively with just Elementor. But within this project, because it is a little bit older, we had to rely on a Crockerbox plugin, which allowed us to build listings. Because if we head back here and go to Jet Engine and hit listings, you can see that we have a couple of listings here, one for agents, one for short property preview, and one for property preview. Okay, so this is the property preview, and you can see that it's not listing out all that cleanly. But essentially the way that we've designed this in here, okay, is what gives you this result here. And because we are listing it out in a 3-column grid, everything is condensed within this design, and it sits quite nicely in a grid style layout. Okay, so that's how we achieve the custom post types and how we are managing to list those custom post types in a grid format on the front end of the website. Now let's move on to how we're actually populating the properties post type with actual physical properties without manually adding them in. And the way that we're achieving this is actually relying on a third-party feed, or otherwise known as an XML feed, which holds data that allows us to pass that into the website, type the information from the properties such as bathrooms, bedrooms, images, description, and extract that data from the XML feed and tie it in. So let's have a look at how that works now. Now what we're going to be looking at is how each one of these properties that are listed in here, how they are automatically being pulled into the website, so we don't have anyone coming in to manage this, because being able to manage properties on a property management system is already a hard job for a real estate agent, but having to do that and replicate the work on their website as well just would be an extreme headache. So we wanted to make sure that we remove that burden for the customer, and we're just automatically bringing that feed in. So we're actually relying on another WordPress plugin here, and we're relying on WP All Import. Okay, so it's this plugin here, and if we just scroll down and go to Manage Imports, okay, you can see that we have our feed here. So this feed is the URL that we need in order to collect the data. So I'm just going to click Edit Import, so we can just show you how this is tying up. So over on the right hand side, we've got all of our properties. Okay, there's 217 listings coming through from our property database. And if we scroll down, we've got title and content. So that's bringing in the property name, and that's bringing in the property content underneath. If we look over on this side, we've got property title. So rented extended terrace, that's the property title. That is what's being populated within our properties listing. Now, if we scroll down, the most important part is the custom fields, okay? Because this is what's allowing us to look at all of the data within our feed over on the right hand side and tie that up to our custom metadata. Okay, so remember we've got custom metadata here, such as description, short description, bathrooms, bedrooms. Okay, each one of these needs to tie up to the XML feed, and that's exactly what it does. If we look at this, we've got bathrooms. So our field name is bathrooms, and we want that to pull in the data from bathrooms over on our XML feed. And same for bedrooms, property type, purpose, etc, etc. So these are the key names for each of our meta fields. So if we have bathroom, we can just move over here, and we've got bathrooms, we've got description, so underscore description. You can see that ties up with that one there. We've got bedrooms, that ties up with bedrooms. So we are bringing in the key name, and then we're just populating that with data, and this feed is making that connection. This tool is honestly awesome, and if you sign up to the premium tool, it will automatically run these feeds for you, which is what we are doing. Now if you're going to go for the manual option, it will mean that someone has to go in and update the feed, but for literally less than $10 a month, you can have this automatically update. So that covers how the properties are coming into the website automatically, relying on a XML feed. As you can see, if you're building a custom post type and relying on custom meta fields, it's really quite easy to capture the key of the custom meta field and use the XML feed plugin to make that connection and just tell it what you want to populate that custom meta field with. In this instance, we're just populating it with specific objects within our XML feed. Okay, that brings us on to the search feature. That is another big part of this website, is how people can come onto the website and search for properties. Ultimately, that is what they are probably here for. They want to browse the variety of properties that are available on the market. Now, typically the search feature in WordPress isn't very powerful, so we've had to rely on another tool here that really allows us to extend the functionality and the capabilities of a search feature on a website. Okay, so coming back onto the WordPress side, we have a plugin on our left hand side called Smart Jet Filters. So this is another Crockerbox plugin. So if we click on here, you can see all of our smart filter options that we have built. Okay, so if we just look at bedrooms, for example, okay, we've given it a name and we've given it an active filter label of bedrooms. Okay, it doesn't really matter what you call these, but you just need to be able to reference these on the front end. And by front end, I mean the actual physical search features here. So this is the front end. Okay, so if we scroll down, this is the core important part. So we've got custom key field. Okay, now this custom key field, again, is the option that is in here. This is our custom key field. So within our bedrooms filter, we want to be using the option that is within bedrooms, which again, remember, is coming through via the XML feed, so it's automatically populated. But we want to be looking at this filter. We want to look at the value in this option when filtering through. So we need to make that connection here as well. We need to make sure that when we are creating this filter, that we are looking in the value for the bedrooms, value of the bedrooms meta, looking at the value within the custom meta field under the properties post type. So there's a lot of words here, but that's again how you make the connection. Then we have a placeholder name called bedrooms. Okay, so there's a lot of bedroom options in here, but if we just go and have a look at another one and we look at property type, you can see here we've got a label, active filter label, property type, and this is looking at the custom fields data source and property type. Okay, so if we look here as well, we've got property type as our option, so property-type. So that is the key. The key is being fed into here to make that connection. So when we are using the filtering option here, it's making that connection. It knows that if we're changing a bedroom, it knows to look at the bedroom value within an individual property. So we had to build a few of these up in order to allow a real sort of diverse way of allowing someone to filter properties within the website. We wanted to create a really good experience for them. Okay, so here we are back in the front end. So this is how we built it within Elementor. So you can see here we've just got a framework, and inside here, each column, we have an individual field. So if we just look at bedrooms, you can see here that our filter option here, we're using a filter widget. So select filter widget, and our option is we want to bring in the bedroom filter. Now, if, for example, we wanted to change this for status, this here, what we'd need to search for here is status. Okay, and it's going to find that, and like I say, now we don't want to bring them both in, we just want the one, because we're working within one column. But essentially, if you were just wanting to list this out in one column, you could just put all of your filtering options and just layer them up, and they would just stack them. But because of the design, we had them all in line. We just pulled through one at a time. But what's great is we're able to bring them all in, and it will still filter through the options, which is perfect. So there you go. That's hopefully given you a real broad overview of how we've been able to manually build a custom property style website or real estate website for one of our customers. Now, I've shown you how this individual website has been built using the Elementor page builder and how we've relied on additional plugins to really extend the functionality. There's some pretty advanced search features. We've got custom post types for properties and agents. And more importantly, we're allowing the customer to be able to feed in their properties from their property management tool into the website without them ever having to update property information on the site. So if you are building a property website at the moment and you do have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. Or if you actually need help for your own real estate business to build a property website that works, there is a link down in the description if you need to get in touch with us. I'd love to have a conversation with you and help you with making sure that your property website works for you. Now the end screen is about to appear with more videos from this channel. Make sure that you click one of them and check them out, because I know that they will be valuable to you. And if you haven't done so already, please remember to hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.